way. CNN is the first news network allowed inside the command center. Senior Pentagon correspondent Jamie McIntyre is live now for us this morning at Creech Air Force Base outside Las Vegas this morning. Now, Jamie, this is not Nellis Air Force Base.
No, Nellis is right in Las Vegas. We're about, maybe 45 miles northwest up a lonely stretch of highway. It's 6:30 in the morning here. Already the crews have been up for hours getting the various unmanned planes ready to go, the Predator and the Reaper planes. But these are basically training missions because the real action is happening half a world away. Creech Air Force Base, 60 miles northwest of Las Vegas, a pilotless plane lands under a blistering desert sun. The remote base is home of the first unmanned attack squadron, featuring the original Predator drone, armed with a pair of Hellfire missiles, and its newer, bigger, and far more lethal cousin, the Reaper, which carries 4 times as much firepower. Colonel Chris Chambliss, a former F-16 fighter pilot, is the wing commander.
In essence, this airplane can carry the same bomb load that I carried into the fight. So it's pretty impressive capability.
Can it do the same thing an F-16 could do?
Yeah, everything except pull G's and go fast.
And put the pilot at risk.
That's exactly right.
You see, the planes are deployed overseas, but the pilots are not. For over a year now, Reapers have been flying 2 separate round-the-clock patrols over Afghanistan from a command center that has been strictly off-limits to news cameras, until now. CNN is the first news organization to be granted access to this operations center, and as a condition, we had to agree to show none of the imagery, which remains highly classified. Still, no sooner had we walked in than we witnessed an airstrike by A-10 attack planes assisted by a Reaper and brought to us live from Afghanistan. Declassified video shows the deadly effectiveness of the Reaper, a plane that never sleeps with an eye that never blinks. So far this year, Reaper pilots have launched 64 missiles and dropped 7 500-pound bombs in Afghanistan, all from an air-conditioned office 7,000 miles away from the front, but only a short commute from the Las Vegas suburbs. So you're driving to work with all the other commuters, except you're going to war.
Right.
What's that like?
It takes you a few months to get adjusted to it. Seeing bad guys on the screen and watching them possibly get dispatched and then going down the street to Taco Bell for lunch is kind of a surreal effect.
And these pilots, Heidi, when you talk to them, really do believe that they're on the cutting edge, the future of aerial warfare. In fact, they talk about the fact that when you step out of this hot Arizona sun, which, by the way, isn't that much different than Iraq, the temperatures here, and you step into that air-conditioned trailer where they have the control center, it's really, they say, like being in the cockpit over Afghanistan. They really sort of lose themselves in the moment that they feel like they're in the plane, except they have an advantage. While they can't, look left or right like a pilot in a plane can, they have a lot more inputs that they can factor in as they make that fateful decision whether to carry out a strike. And often they're talking directly with the commanders on the ground.
Yeah, it's just a great topic to talk about, too, when we're discussing war and this type of combat. Anytime you can keep even just one person out of that combat zone and in a safer situation, if you will, the better. Any idea, as you talk with all the folks there, how much more of this type of warfare we'll see in the coming years?
Oh, you're going to see a lot. I mean, there's 2 limiting factors here. One is the number of aircraft, and the Air Force is already reprogramming some money in its budget to no longer buy those older Predators, sink a lot more money into the Reaper, like the one behind me that's being prepared for a training mission. The other problem is they need those crews to train them, to fly them, and you're going to see in the coming weeks a real effort to ramp up the number of people that will do that. This asset, this idea of having an unmanned plane that can essentially fly 24 hours a day,